and it no longer sparks interest on me. So it's time for me to find that somewhere. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Joyce, here to share with you my life story and my journey. If you are new here, I am Joyce. I'm a care home nurse here in the UK, sharing with you little tips and tricks or things that I've learned here in the UK and all sorts. But lately, I haven't really been very active, and that's what I wanted to share with you. Things that's been going on in my life, and yeah, just how I navigated through all those. So, yeah, my plan this year was to be more open to you about my workouts, what's been happening, and really just taking you to my almost day to day life. But I haven't really been, because I haven't really been feeling like so good about myself, and there are so many reasons why. But I think I would point out to you the few ones, and they may seem petty, but yeah, just hear me out. So first thing is I gained weight, and although at the beginning I'm really trying to tell myself that it's because it's muscle, because I've been working out a lot, but honestly there are like weeks that I'm not gonna work out, or days that I would just binge eat and then really feel such like a loser for doing so, but then still continuing the same habit for a few days, and then I'm gonna be resetting again, being very focused on my workouts, eating clean, and then not very clean, although I would say healthier, but then the following week it's gonna be the same thing again. So it's just like a cycle. And then how I resolved that is I really sat down and did all my measurements, measured my hips, my waist, my arms, and then my weight, of course. And then I set myself to do intermittent fasting. I don't know what your opinion is of this, but I have read some books by Dr. Jason Fung, and he's a leading expert in fasting. He's a renal doctor, as far as I know. Yeah, I've read his books, and there are thousands of people doing IF, and they have got results. So I've done, I wouldn't say very strict, but I did 16 hours of fasting and then 8 hours feeding time for around 3 months, and I've lost 5 kilos. So I think at my starting point I was 60 kilograms, and then I lost 5 kg over the course of 3 months, and I'm so happy about it. And now what I'm doing is just really, I'm not very strict with the 16-8 now. Probably I do 15-9, or sometimes when it's weekend and we're eating out, I would just do 12 or 11 hours of fasting, and that seems to be putting me in balance right now. And my weight, I have gained weight again, but 1 or 2 kilos, which I'm totally fine with. But yeah, when I was 60 kilograms, I know that I'm not at my happiest. I'm not saying that I equate my happiness and how I see myself with my weight, but at the time it's just like the theme of my life. Like, I'm such a loser for gaining weight and blah 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 and all that. And when you're in that moment, it feels like you're stuck. There's nothing you can do. When in the past I managed to lose weight without even stressing about it, and that's when I was that was like 2017 or 2018, and then this year is like, gosh, I'm 60 kilos again, and there's nothing I can do about it. And then yeah, I think it just really, I would say it's just really start with acknowledging the problem and really facing the numbers and sitting down and getting a plan. But now I'm not more focused on just the intermittent fasting. What I'm trying to do is really try to make sustainable habits that I can do, so I avoid these highs and lows. I know that on holidays and all those, I can enjoy food, but I don't want to be in the same rut again where I feel stuck. And that's what I'm trying to sort that out. I'm still working on it. And it may seem very petty for others, but if But when I was young, when I was like in my graders, I was quite big and I was bullied for being huge. People would call me, my classmates would call me fat and a pig, or all those derogatory, you know, nicknames, and it really hurts. And up to now, sometimes I feel like it's still subconsciously, it's still running in my mind, and I feel like I'm still fighting all those people and proving them wrong. But yeah, it's one of my things that I'm trying to work on. Next one is I am transferring to a new workplace, and it's not completely different from what I'm doing, but somehow more niche, I would say, because here in the care home that I'm working at, as I've shared with you, I'm working with the elderly, and we're towards the palliative care side. And I realized that I enjoy palliative care, and now I really want to transition to hospice care and progress on palliative care, and hopefully, yeah, progress on it. Mm, at the point, I felt like I shouldn't move and leave my current workplace because it feels like I'm gonna be undoing all the things that I did, and I just wasted 4 years of my life if I'm gonna be transferring somewhere and starting all over again. I've been on that rumination for probably a year before I got my indefinite leave to remain. And I've been stopping myself from moving because I feel like, yeah, I'm starting all over again, also because of the money side. As I've shared with you, I'm earning quite good amount of money. And even though I'm just working 3 shifts now, I'm still earning enough to pay the bills, have some to save and invest, and have a little to enjoy. Have enough, I mean, to enjoy. Uh, and I've been trying to convince myself not to move because I can't stomach the idea of losing money, and I feel like I'm not gonna be able to survive. I've been putting off that decision for quite a while, but then there was really a point where I feel so there's no sparkle in my professional life that I wanted to try something new. It's like my body was really telling me that it's time for you to move and, face this side of you wanting to grow. And I did. So I had an interview in a hospice, just local, and I got an offer, and I'm just processing my papers now, and hopefully after that we'll be able to transfer. How I got through that decision and how I got myself to move was a long process, but it allowed me to really go through it and think about what I really wanted in life. So I am thankful for my current workplace, because if not for this workplace, I wouldn't be able to afford this decision of transferring to another job. The repercussion of transferring to this new job is that there is a slight difference in the pay scale, but I think as I wanted to work on my professional growth, that's worth it. And because when I moved to this current workplace that I'm in, the care home, the pay they pay a lot bigger for a novice nurse compared to what they do in NHS. But I would suggest that if you're someone who money is important, but if you have the capacity to just go through that first 3 years without the extra money, it will do you good, because NHS really supports people's growth into niche things. Like if you want to go for a renal care or cardiology as a nurse and be a specialist, you can do that, and then they will support you. But in the care home, there's not a lot of niche work you can do. They do offer a lot of support with managerial roles, but I don't see myself on that side, so I'm trying to transition now and see whether palliative will be for me. And also, for a long time, like I said, I'm trying to say that I've wasted all my 4 years, but really, looking back, I wouldn't be able to figure out that this is the kind of work that I want, palliative care, if not for the workplace that I'm in. And also, it wouldn't have I wouldn't be able to learn about investing, and wouldn't be able to meet new people, this my friends at work, if not because of those 4 years. So I'm thinking that it's not wasted, it's just my long journey to where I really want to be. Also, with the money side, how I got through that is that so it's like I blindly went for the interview and said, okay, I'm gonna make this money work, even if it's a lot less than what I'm earning now. But then my partner and I had a chat, and then we really said, it can't be like that, you going blindly and then just making it work when the time is there. We had to sit down and said, okay, we really need to make a plan on how it's gonna work, and really be transparent on what it's gonna be like, and if it's really feasible. So despite my fear of seeing the numbers, I sat down and I wrote all my expenses and wrote what's gonna be my possible salary without any enhancements. And so far, with the relief, I could say that I can survive, although probably I won't be able to do some stuff like some splurging on some items, which I kind of do now. But I think the sacrifice is gonna be worth it for the growth that I'm looking at. Excuse me. Also, I feel like, as in this stage of my life, the professional growth is more important than the money side. It is always important, but I'm just gonna say this is my journey as of now. And then, I think I really want to find that point where I really love what I'm doing, that it doesn't feel like work. And so that's why I'm putting all this effort now. When I progress to this job, of course, I hope to have a bigger paycheck, so that in the future, when it's time for me, that I have saved enough, I will be able to choose what work I want to do. And probably this is really the work that I want to do, and hopefully I don't feel like I'm working anymore. Because I've been watching Ali Abdal, a famous YouTuber, and he was talking about retirement, and he said about this quote from Naval Ravikant, that the true retirement is when the things you do or what you do in a day doesn't feel like work anymore. And that's what I want to achieve. I want to do stuff and things that doesn't feel like work and feels fulfilling. The job that I did in the care home is fulfilling as well, but I think there came to a point where I feel like my growth and my learning has stopped, and it no longer sparks interest in me. So it's time for me to find that somewhere. But if you're thinking of moving, don't just move just for the sake of it, but really do sit down and find the little things where you can find growth in your current workplace. Because if you really do dig enough, there are a lot of things that you can that can spark the joy. But I think I have tried it for 1 to 2 years, and my brain is just really telling me find something else. And that's what I've done. So I'm really proud of this decision that I made, because I'm doing something for me this time. I mean, I'm not making an excuse for not being so present with my platform, but I feel like I wanted to share those things with you, because I know that whenever I face the camera, I try to be my best possible self, and sometimes people on the other side feels like everything is like shiny, perfect and all, or like all set. But honestly, there are so many things, we all go through so many stuff that is what we don't always talk about, because we don't want to be complaining. But at the same time, I think it makes us more relatable in a way, and makes you realize that whatever you're going through is gonna pass, because a lot of people goes through that. Um, but I'm not telling you to just. I'm not saying that whatever you're going through is simple and that it will just go away. The things that I've been through this year, even if they may sound petty to others, I've gone through them with the help of my friends, my family, and the people I loved. And yeah, I mean, it's valuable to have people who genuinely supports and loves you, that they are brave enough to tell you your mistake and also to support you in correcting that mistake. Because sometimes you find people who just go broods with you. It's like, that person is wrong, and how can they do that? But in fact, what we really need is sometimes that person who really tells us what's wrong and really make us face the things that we don't want to face, but not alone, of course. And my partner has really been good with that, because there are so many problems in my life that I don't want to face, but he's there to really tell me transparently and honestly what it is like and what's going on, so that I can start accepting the problem and then making a plan to resolve it. So yeah, I just wanted to share with you those things, because I just want you to know that, whatever you're going through, it's gonna pass. And I hope to share a lot with you. And probably, I've been setting this crazy thing about myself, that I will be like a fitness influencer, that I will be sharing workouts. But I am too shy to share that, I'm gaining weight, I feel bloated most of the time. I do not have six-pack abs, but I can just be your friend who works out that doesn't have abs. So I think we can settle with that. But yeah, I think I just wanted to share with you that, you can be working out, enjoying your food, and that can be the meaning of healthy for you, because fitness doesn't always equate with the aesthetics that we're seeing. Fitness and health can be just you being in the happy medium. You work as heavy as possible. You work and lift as heavy as you can do, and eat as healthy as possible, but also enjoy those treats. And also, I just wanted to add as well that, I'm your frugal girl, and sharing with you that I've been saving this. I'm not spending things on that because I feel like it's not worthy. But in the last year, I realized that I've been depriving myself so much that whenever I see people on Instagram and Facebook traveling here, going there, I feel like, why am I doing all these savings and not spending my money on new experiences when others can? So that thought comes to me several times in a month, but then I would sit down, write, or talk to my partner and reflect on why I'm really doing this, why am I really saving, and why am I really investing. And then it would all come back to me wanting to build wealth, so that in the future I will be able to do more of the work that I enjoy, and not just the work that I have to do because I need the money. And yeah, I think when I realized that this period of my life, when I'm 20 to 30 or late 40s, is building wealth, but at the same time I get to enjoy the little things or little vacations within those times. So now we set up small. So before, my partner and I won't even dine out because we're like saving money, but now we set up a budget. Every week we go for brunch or breakfast, and then we just get to enjoy each other's company, talk about silly stuff, day-to-day things, or even from day-to-day things suddenly to religion and belief and government and all that. And I think it deepens our relationship because we get to know each other's opinions and our fears and our beliefs and all that. And that is, I think, spending about 30 pounds a week is a worthy investment if I get to know my partner more, and if I get to And if we get to share this time that we are stress free, we're just walking, we're just enjoying our coffee, and experiencing things in our community. Because we've been here in where we live for 2 years now, and we haven't really been to some of the shops here, and now we're doing that, and then it's nice. And it's not like we're spending £100 every meal, but the experience of being outside, trying new food as well, is really great. So now I learned to just still focus on wealth still focus on wealth building, but at the same time enjoy this time that we are both young, we don't have kids, and we can enjoy each other's company and just be present for each other as much as we can. And I think what matters really is that we remember the reason for the choices we're making, and then it will be easier to not be pulled by social pressure. Others' choices are their choices, and I'm not judging anybody, and I hope, well, people will always be judging, but all I'm saying is that people might be thinking that my choice is funny or whatever, but we do have our own reasons for choosing what we're doing, and I think that's important that we remind ourselves of why we're doing something. But as long as we do not deprive ourselves, and we also do not overindulge. So I think that's it. This is my podcast. But I hope you enjoyed this little sort of chat of me just sharing with you, and I really find it therapeutic as well, because I get to reflect on my thoughts and really share with you what's going on with me, and have a glimpse of that life that I have. Thank you for being here with me today, and I do hope that I see you again on my next video. Thank you, and have a good day. Bye.